Hello, everybody. This is Jesse Gillenwalters with IndiePRO.io, and this is a hot seat answer video. What am I talking about? Well, IndiePRO.io is a community marketing service, marketing agency, marketing education company for independent artists. And inside of IndiePRO.io, we have this thing called IndiePRO, which is our subscription service, subscription community, where all of our indies hang out. It's a bit of a melting pot of ideas and strategies, and it is the engine behind which we learn and teach kind of all of our strategies in a lot of ways. One of the features of IndiePRO is the Hot Seat initiative. What is that? Well, every day of the week, a different team member looks at this queue of answers, this queue of questions that are submitted from IndiePRO members. If you're an IndiePRO member, you have the privilege to do this. You can hop into our website, ask us a question, and you get one of these thorough video responses. Now, I am in the hot seat today, which means I am looking at the questions for today and answering them. And I have a question right here from absolute legend Corey Lewin. Been around for a while. He really knows his stuff and does a lot. He does a lot, and does it well. So do pay attention, because this is a question from a seasoned, esteemed music marketer and musician. So, Corey says, hello to whichever you lovely people answers this. I'm looking for some advice on the best way to test multiple videos against each other to determine which performs the best as a fan finder. I recorded a 3-video acoustic series, and I want to find out which is the best for cold audiences. I already have a couple audiences that always perform well for me, so I'm confident in those, but I don't have the budget to headline test each video individually. So here's an idea I had for a sort of budget-saving way to test. Create a campaign and give each video its own ad set with equal budget to each. Then within each ad set, I will create one ad, headline 2 ad, headline 3 ad, etc. This way I can still measure the different videos against each other at equal spend while letting Facebook find the best headline for each. I know it's not ideal, but it's the best way I can think of without needing to spend a lot more. Thoughts on this? Suggestions for a better way to do it? Thanks. So, Corey, the one problem here, and actually let me set the stage a little bit. Corey, when he says fan finder, he's talking about a strategy of ours where, in short, you take a video, performance video of yours, you create it as an ad in Facebook Ads Manager for Instagram and or Facebook, and you set it up in a certain way, this campaign in a certain way that it will run, it will deliver to all sorts of potential fans that are predisposed to like your stuff, and then this creates an influx of people where you can turn them into streaming people, merch customers, email subscribers, text subscribers, Patreon subscribers, etc. And he wants to do this campaign, but he wants to take 3 videos and he wants to put 3 headlines on each and then run it in a way so he can say, okay, this video is winning, this video is giving me more people, and specifically within that video, this headline is giving me more attention, for example. And so he's wondering how he can set that up in Ads Manager, how he can organize that in a way to meaningfully make that, make that experiment and be able to actually assess the results of it. Now, the first problem, Corey, is that if you wanted to do it the way you say, you would set up 3 ad sets, which to those uninitiated are kind of like an ad set is pretty much an audience, and you would have the same audience 3 times, right? And the trouble there is that if you plan to do the same ad set 3 times and then run the budget on run equal budget, like $5 on each, you are paying 3 times to reach the same audience, and you start competing against yourself. So, for the sake of a short-term test like this, it's debatable how terrible that is. If you were running like a full fan finder campaign, you knew what you were doing, and you put a bunch of ad sets that were identical and intended to keep it running for a while, that would be a big no-no. But in this case, it's inconclusive in my mind. It might be okay for a short spurt just to see the results. However, what I don't truly know, and what I would suspect is true, is that for the sake of a test, it would also kind of muddy the waters of the test. You know, if you're running, if the variable that's the same as the audience, that's duplicated across. So I would not do it, is my ultimate answer, but there is a way to set it up. There's maybe a few ways to set it up. So I would probably do this. I would probably run 2 campaigns worth of testing. One would be for the video, and for the 3 videos, seeing which one is the best. You can run it to this audience you have in mind, whether it be a conglomerate audience of all of your sound-alike artists and, you know, lifestyle interests and genre interests in one ad set, and then have the 3 videos in there and run that for a couple days and see what gives you the best 75% view or whatever your relevant KPI is. And then I would say, cool, that's settled. I'm using this video. Then you basically duplicate the campaign and replace the 2 other losing videos with the same video with the 2 other headlines. So you just repeat it, the same test. First test is for the content itself, the video. Second campaign is for the winning video with the 3 headlines. Run that for 2 days. And then you would create a third video, which would be a third campaign, which is your full fan finder with the winning video in campaign 1, winning headline from campaign 2, and those 2 results inform how you make campaign 3 with just that video with that headline. And you could take the social proof from campaign 2 and just use that post ID in that third campaign. That is one way to do it. There are other ways to do it if you want to ask around, but I would think that's a pretty safe way to do it. 4 days of testing or so, 2 campaigns, and that way you're not bidding against yourself in these campaigns, which again could affect the result. Is really what I'm interested in, or what I'm worried about, you know, because it is just a bad practice to do it for a full campaign. But while it is inconclusive in my mind for a testing purpose, I would think, you know, if that's happening, it's probably affecting your results in some way, because one campaign could be nerfed. One ad set would be nerfed by the fact that another one's doing slightly better in an artificial way, basically. So those are my thoughts. And I know you know what to do with that information, so I hope that helps, and I hope that helps anyone else watching. Thank you, and see you around.